I'm going to talk to you about the theories in the textbook Development Through Life, a Psychosocial Approach. Psychoanalytic theory is more about a person's drive. They care about their behavior, their motives, and everything else. This is basically saying what you do as a child and what you learn as a child carries on over into adulthood. It forms your adulthood. It's also saying that like I said before previously, it's also saying that all behavior is motivated. So everything that you do in your attitude shapes you, and what other people do, their attitude towards you shapes you. And the 3 stages of personality in the psychoanalytic theory is ID, ego, and superego. And there are 5 main factors in the psychoanalytic theory. It's motivation and behavior, domains and consciousness, structures of personality, stages of development, and defense mechanisms. Defense mechanism is used when a person doesn't like the conversation that they're in, or they don't like what someone's doing at that moment of time. It's typically most society nowadays use defense mechanisms. It's where your body protects you from the pressure of something else. An example would be if someone calls you out of your name or something, your instincts would be to respond to them. An example, the next theory is cognitive theory. Piaget said that this theory is what you do when you grow up is biologically or genetically passed down to you. So when talking about this and thinking about this, I always go to my first thought was serial killers, because the media portrays serial killers as their family was one. Usually they say if their dad was one, their baby's going to be one. So I've seen a lot of movies and everything describe that it's always passed down. So when I was reading about this, that's my first thought was that. There's different stages in cognitive theory. There's sensory motor intelligence, which starts at the birth until 18 months. This is when a child learns their sensory and motor skills. The next one is pre-operational thought. It begins when the child learns how to talk till about the age of 5. This is where they learn language, imagination, imagery, symbolic play, and symbolic drawing. So basically it was when they start repeating everything you say. The next one is concrete operational thought. It starts about the ages 6 to 7 to about early adolescence. This is when they start mastering solving problems and they start building relationships with other people. Lastly, there's formal operational thought. This is when it begins in early adolescence to adulthood. This is where a person is thinking on a more higher level and thinking on a more higher level about their process through life. In Vygotsky's role in cognitive theory, he believes culture is the primary reason as to why we are who we are. He said that culture is transmitted through language, tools, and social relationships. It's like the old saying goes, you'll marry someone who acts like the male model of your family. The last theory is psychosocial theory. It's the set of development stages that you have in your life. The development stage changes at each stage of your life, whether you're a child, you start walking, talking, teething, etc. This theory focuses on the time between infants and adolescence. A weakness in the psychosocial theory is when each phase of the development is not met. An example would be if the child didn't start talking at the correct time or walking at the correct time. Different people around you shape who you are, whether it be your family, your brother, your sister, your coaches, your parents, your teachers. Your peers or society is the biggest part of how you shape and develop in your life, because you're always wanting to fit in the crowd. You're always wanting to fit into society. That's how most society goes. But that is about it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and have a great night. Bye.